So, today I'm going to talk about the human nature to submit and how we have this tendency to submit to things, to people, to ideas and beliefs, and just that concept that human beings submit to something. When we think of submission, we usually associate that to people who have faith, people who worship God, that they submit to their faith, they submit to their religion. But submitting is not just an act that people of faith do, it is something that every human being does. There will be an ideology, there'll be a person, it could be a celebrity, that you submit yourself to. Where I observe people submitting is in relationships. Women in relationships submit to men. Even though we're in a feminist society where feminism is promoted and everyone is aware of feminism, even the feminists, they themselves submit and serve men. They think that they're challenging the system, but they're really not. And that's why they still feel anger and resentment, because they're still serving men. And there's a resentment in that. One of the beauties of human nature is that human beings reject what is not constructive to human nature. Human beings reject what is unhealthy. The example is that when you say no to people, men and women, start respecting you. When you're someone who's a people pleaser and you attend to everyone's needs, people abuse you, people take you for granted. The same thing with submission. When you submit to men, they don't respect you. They take advantage of you. They might take from you, but in their mind, they don't have respect for you. When you submit to systems, those systems abuse you. The only place that honors submission is God. Submitting to any other human being will lead to rejection, will lead to hatred, will lead to oppression, will lead to your abuse. We should never bow before any other human being. Human beings are unworthy of our submission. They are flawed, faulty, imperfect creatures that serve themselves. That is what human beings are. So if you submit to a human being, you're submitting to being their master. And that is degrading for a human being. That is humiliating for a human being. So we need to be careful of falling into that level of love. What we call love nowadays, it looks like submission. It doesn't look like love. It looks like you're serving people's needs. It looks like you're sacrificing yourself. It's like you're neglecting yourself. You're putting other people above yourself. And that's what love looks like today. There's a difference being committed and being loyal. And it's another thing to submit to another human being. They're not the same thing. You don't have to submit. You don't have to sacrifice yourself to serve someone else. That is not what love is. And I think the reason why we have such a pandemic of bad relationships is that what we're taught is love is actually submission, and so it's leading to our abuse. It's creating toxicity in people. It's creating oppression in people because we're agreeing to submitting to human beings, and the human nature is going to be corrupted by that. There is only one honor, and that honor is submitting to God. God will honor you for your submission. Human beings will dishonor you, will disgrace you, will abuse you, will hurt you. The idea that we sacrifice ourselves and our needs, and we sacrifice that for them, and then we become so resentful. We ourselves become corrupted by that, by doing that. Neither does the person who you've submitted to appreciate it, nor can you maintain your own submission. You can't maintain it. An example also is that if you're a fan of someone and you meet your idol, and a lot of people say this, that when they met their idol, they were so disappointed, they were so disheartened, because the idol turned out to be something completely opposite to what they had imagined. It isn't the fact that that person is someone different. It's the fact that you idolize that person. It's the fact that you worship that person. Human beings reject worship and human beings reject submission. If you start worshipping a man, he'll reject you. He'll run away from you. Our goal in life is to serve ourselves, to serve our needs, to protect ourselves, to nourish ourselves. We are not here to nourish other people. We're here to grow. We're here to be the best version of ourselves. We're here to be the heroes for ourselves. When you become a hero for yourself, when you're able to take care of yourself, you're able to take care of other people. You're able to become a hero for other people. But your goal isn't to be a hero for other people. Your goal in life is to save yourself, is to protect yourself. And so this is a reminder that when you're in a relationship, especially because this is where it happens the most, when you're in a relationship, be mindful that your love doesn't turn into submission. It doesn't turn into worship. Worship and submission, we think, okay, yeah, worship is what religious people do. But when you're in love, who is on your mind constantly? It's that person. That person has taken your soul. But when we do actual worship, we're remembering God for a few minutes. We're literally remembering God for a few minutes in a day, in a week, in a month. And we think this is a big deal. We think this is a huge sacrifice to make, to worship God for 5 minutes. But we're worshipping people in our minds 24/7 till they break our heart. And that person isn't worthy of your worship. They're not worthy of you to be thinking about them all that much. We're consumed by the world and the people. And it's so flawed. It's so imperfect. And yet we can still devote ourselves in that manner. So in comparison to what we're giving God nothing. We're giving God a few minutes. And we're giving the world hours and hours. And that is why we're in this state. This is why we experience the breakdown of relationships. Because it's built on something that human beings can't handle. Neither can the person who's being worshipped respect you for your worship, and nor can you maintain your own worship without becoming resentful in the end. So be mindful of what you think about, what consumes your mind, who consumes your mind, and don't allow people to overtake you in a manner that you sacrifice everything for them. Sometimes I think about how we can resolve some of the issues that feminists raise, and I think it's something that is vital to female empowerment, which is not spoken about. Feminism has not decentered men from our lives. It's put them at the center. So how can it be resisting the patriarchy? You can say something in theory, but it's about how you're behaving. Feminists can say, okay, yeah, but we resist men, but the way they live their lives, it's centered and catered to men's needs. And that is one of the reasons why I don't endorse that ideology, because in its essence, it doesn't do what it says. It doesn't do what it says on the packet. It's a false promise, and it doesn't really give you any real solution to the problems. It helps you a little bit, but it doesn't really empower women.